All right, we're going to go over homework problem from section 1.6 is problem number 20. It says use transformations of f of x equals x squared to graph the following function: g of x equals 2 parentheses x minus 4 close parentheses squared minus 5, and use the graphing tool to graph the function. So start off here. There's two transformations we're going to look at in order to determine the vertex of the function first. So the two we're going to disregard for the time being. But notice there's a minus 4 on the inside of the parentheses and a minus 5 on the outside of the parentheses. The parent function is x squared. Its vertex is at 0, comma 0. This minus 4 that is inside the parentheses is going to cause this graph to move 4 spaces to the right. So therefore, the x-coordinate of the vertex of this graph is going to be 0 plus 4, which is 4. The minus 5 that's on the outside of the parentheses is going to cause this graph to shift 5 spaces down. So 0 minus 5 is minus 5. So our vertex is at 4, comma, negative 5. All right, now what we need are two other points in order to graph the function. We really only need one, but yeah, so let's just concentrate on the one that we need. Now, this 4 is what we're going to use to get that one other point. You can plug in whatever points you want in here to try to test and try to get another coordinate, but the easiest thing to do is to always go one less than the x-coordinate of the vertex. So in other words, what I'm going to do is plug in a 3. All right, so let's do that here. So what I'm going to do is g of 3 equals 2 parentheses 3, because I'm plugging the 3 in for x, minus 4 squared minus 5. So let's do 2 parentheses 3 minus 4 is negative 1 squared minus 5. Now, if you square a negative number, it becomes positive. So negative 1 squared is 1, and 2 times 1 is just 2. And 2 minus 5 is negative 3. So we get 3, comma, negative 3. All right, and similarly, if we went 1 ahead of 4, which would be 5, this number is always going to be the same. So these two numbers here will wind up being the same, and that's a characteristic of quadratic functions. So now we have these two numbers here, these two sets of coordinates that we're going to use to graph the function. So let's go back here, and we're going to press vertical parabola tool. All right, and the first thing we have to graph is the vertex. And remember, our vertex, let's just go back here a second, was at 4, negative 5. All right, so that means we start at 0, 0, we go 4 spaces to the right, and we go down 5. All right, so that's our vertex. The next thing it wants is just one other point. And remember, we found that one other point to be 3, comma, negative 3. So let's move our mouse to 3, comma, negative 3. Let's make sure that's correct. And it tells us, you can see right here above, well, right here below the graph, it tells you what point that you're going to plot. So 3, negative 3. And let's press enter, and there we go.